Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Alright, here it is. It's going to be coffee versus cannabis. The beans versus the buds. The hipsters versus the hippies. Robusta and Arabica versus Sativa and Indica. Grower, roaster, barista versus grower, extractor, bud tender. Smelly beard versus smelly beard. Full extract cannabis oil and dabs versus Copiloac. Fuck. Sorry about that, guys. Might have taken that a little bit too far. Let's get the shit going. I've been dying to do this. So stoked I can finally do this. Right, let's talk coffee and cannabis. These are my strange and somewhat, my opinions on why coffee and cannabis come together to make my life absolutely fucking awesome. Friend! So since I was a young adopted monkey, taken away from the jungle, shaven, clothed, and sent off into society, I've been fascinated by coffee and the unifying and somewhat relaxing culture around it. When I discovered cannabis, I couldn't help but notice a lot of similarities between the two cultures. Yeah. Little history lesson. What some of you may not know is that, a little while ago in history, coffee was a drink of ill repute. It was quite naughty. It was the kind of drink that you would drink in a house with ladies of negotiable affection, should we say so. That was back when coffee was going through its own Reefer Madness episode. When women actually tried to get coffee outlawed, so men would come back after work and actually fuck them. That has to be the roughest synopsis of that event in time, and I'd like to apologise. Not really. Let's continue. So now coffee is considered so mainstream that a 10-year-old could virtually walk into a Starbucks, grab a Frappuccino, take a photo of it, slam it onto Instagram, and off they go with a big smile. Oh yeah. In places like Holland, for example, it's actually quite easy to get your coffee and your cannabis in the same venue. Oh yes, I just used the C word, baby. Cannabis, my friend. In most cases, people gather to consume coffee and cannabis for pretty much the same reasons. It's time to relax and stimulate a different level of thought and creativity. Coffee, much like cannabis, helps with the creative flow and opens the mind to a bit of suggestion, but also is very good at building a brilliant radar for bullshit. After a decent amount of coffee and cannabis, you subconsciously build a filter for stupid people. Cannabis helps you identify them, and coffee helps you ask them very, very nicely and politely to please shut the fuck up and consider the idea of fucking off. Thank you. Oh yeah. In that manner, coffee can also be considered quite medicinal, or medical. Whatever. In the process of preparing both of these beautiful, beautiful products that a lot of people seem to love, the common aspects seem to be the smell and the flavour. And of course that little warm feeling you get from both of them. The process of growing and picking and preparing coffee before the roastery is pretty much the same process as growing and drying and curing before the process of extraction. Both have very different methods of being done, but they've been perfected all around the world. Some say method A is better than method B, and some don't give a flying trumpet's doodle and will have them either way because they just love what it is. It's coffee and it's cannabis. Oh yeah. Now the one main difference between the hippies and the hipsters, if I may say so, is that at no point did, after smoking a shitload of weed, did we think it's time to feed some of this weed to a poor animal and then watch it take a long and confusing and possibly painful poo. Then we're going to filter out that poo and consume it. Not just as consumable, but we're going to classify it as a delicacy nonetheless. Oh yes. The coffee community has done just that with Copiloac. So to all those baristas out there pointing their fingers at the cannabis lovers and laughing, go and choke on a warm cup of filtered cat shit. Come back and see me then. This was a community message brought to you by your baked barista, Caffeine Mark. Thank you. You can follow me on those things. You can do to me these things. You can also support me down here. This episode was brought to you by Caveman Seeds and the Reefer Rangers. Thank you very much. Remain awesome, my friends. See you next time.